Hi and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in again. Nope, I don't say that. I don't know what's wrong with me. The Handmaid's Tale TV show aired recently and the first 3 episodes are out and I've had a chance to watch all 3. As you can see on my channel, I previously did a book review on this book. Explanations are difficult, guys. The Handmaid's Tale, the TV show, is based on a book of the same name, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And I really enjoyed reading the book, and I have to say, now that I've seen the TV show, I like the story even more because it's kind of gripped me more intensely than I realized that the book did. If you're interested in what the story generally is about, be sure to check out my book review, as in the beginning there, it's spoiler free and I explain to you what it's about. So because I don't want to spoil the series for you, I'm only going to give you my impressions and I'm not going to give you the actual content of the story. To get right into the adaptation of it all, I'm very impressed with how they adapted it. I feel like I can connect more to the story than I was able to in the book, and I'm not sure why that is. While I was watching the first 2 episodes, I took notes. The 3rd episode, I was just very drawn into it and I didn't take any notes, but I literally just watched it, so I'm sure I can tell you something about it. First off, my impressions, it's really good. Please watch it if you like dystopian at all. This is really for you, but also even if you don't, I think it's very relevant to today's society, which I was kind of, now I realize I probably didn't read the book properly, or I didn't put it into context the way that I could have, because that's what the TV show now has done for me. It's so relevant to today's society. I really like how they started the first episode because I wasn't sure where in the story they would start, but I really enjoyed the way that they took like the crucial moment where things had changed for our main character, Offred, which isn't her real name, but you should watch it to find out why. Even though I'd read the book and I knew exactly what was going to happen, I knew it wasn't going to end well for her, I caught myself hoping. This is about the very first scene in this show, so this doesn't really spoil anything, but I was hoping she wouldn't get caught. Obviously, it's the first scene of the first episode of a TV show. She's being chased, and we already know, if you've seen the trailer, that this is not going to go well for her. So and it had literally not even been 3 minutes. So I was just really impressed that a story like from that early on could catch me wanting the best for the main character when I wasn't even sure if I liked the character yet. I really like the voiceover that they have given her. I like that it shows us that she's inside, she's still the same like modern day woman that swears and that hasn't given over to this new society. I really like that although it's based on the book, it's not 100% the same, but where they changed things, I feel like it added to the story. It didn't just take away things or crucial parts, so far at least. So much happens within the first episode, which I think is amazing. So much has happened now within the first 3 episodes, so I'm really curious to see where they're already going to trail off from the start of the book. But I really like the way that they captured the scariness of the situation. While I was reading the book, I was imagining this kind of futuristic scene, or kind of a past that we have now evolved past from, even though, you know, it's not part of our actual history. But what I think they did really well is that they showed that within today's society this could happen. They put it into context really well, this story within the context of today. It's kind of the society we live in today, except because it's the same buildings that we have nowadays, it's the same modern buildings. It's the men are dressed in suits that, you know, we have today. It's not old style suits or very futuristic suits. It's just that instead of having signs over our buildings, there's just logos or there's just images, because women aren't allowed to read anymore or see text. And I know these things because I read the book, but you also gather that from the TV show, but it isn't all laid out to you, like it's not spoon-fed to you. You have to do some of the interpreting yourself, which I really can appreciate because it does force you to think. I also like that in the 3rd episode at the end, we see that we don't just lose off Glenn, even though in the book we kind of do, because there it's all shown from Offred's perspective, so we don't actually know what happens to the other characters, but here we get some scenes that are not including Offred, which I think is really great, because that also again allows for more adaptation of more so of the society and of the situation rather than just the exact novel. I really like the color scheme they've used over the series, because it kind of gives you this eerie vibe, and also it accentuates colors, and the colors make you feel stuff because colors make you feel stuff. I don't know why I said it that weirdly. I'm incredibly impressed, to be honest. I feel like I've repeated myself about 10 times. I truly am very moved by this show already. The 3rd episode was very almost emotional to me. Not almost, it was emotional. It was heartbreaking and difficult to watch, and I think it's good. I think that it's good that TV shows aren't always just there for entertainment. Even though I'm incredibly entertained, I'm also forced to think about society and about my own actions, and not letting just like any changes slide, and seeing changes coming and preparing for that, but also trying to prevent that where possible. I'm being so cryptic. Just watch the show. Like, it'll make sense. That's all I really have to say. I don't think this review made any sense. What I wanted to say mainly, the adaptation from book to TV show very well done. I am incredibly impressed. I can't wait to see the 4th episode. I can't wait to see all of the episodes really, so be sure to go watch it. If you don't have access to Hulu, read the book, because somehow I think it's important that we're all in touch with this story. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you have seen the episodes and if you're just as excited about it as I am. Have you read the novel and what are your expectations? Let's have a chat about it if you would like. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more of me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. 3,